Real Chip TV, Stephen Elman here alongside Tom Moresco, and wrapping up Week 12. Well, Week 12 has been wrapped up this season, and Eagles sitting at 4-7. That was brutal.
Ugly. Hard
that
to
was
say.
brutal. My rant, I was very jacked up in a turkey costume. So, I mean, Giants lost, so somehow we're only one game back. I mean, what do you make of that?
It's tough. A couple fantasy updates first. We got a great league, and that's honestly been more competitive than
That is. Yeah, I know.
Eagles,
I would rather just talk about our fantasy league.
I got a couple teams I want to shout out. Jason Arcdeacon, 11-1 after this week, just tearing the league to shreds. And honestly, the most inspiring team, Paul Guglietta, I think I'm saying that right. Blazing Bigfoots. They both have great team names.
Yeah, they do.
The Glass
we got some great
Warriors
team
and the
names in the
Blazing
league.
Bigfoots.
Yeah.
Started out 0-4, and with a win this week, he'll go to 7-5, and he wrapped it up. He won, so he's going to go to 7-5. They're starting 0-4, and that's when you got to stitch jersey on the line.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your comeback that you're making in your fantasy.
I know. 2-6, just getting that top waiver claim, just cashing in, tanking all season.
Still got to draft the right guys out of those waivers, though.
I still got to pick them. Still some GM moves, you know.
So can't get a Nnamdi Asomugha or you're set back.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't got one yet. So
there you go.
But no, the league's very competitive. So keep setting your lineups, guy. One more week, then playoffs.
I should have checked that honestly.
I think week 13 would make sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because a lot of my leagues are ending after this year. I mean, after this weekend. But some of them, some weird leagues, like they'll go on for a while, and you'll have to find bench guys because guys get sat in the last couple games. So honestly, at the end of the day, whatever week it is, just set your lineup. Keep setting them, even if you're out of it. If you're 1-10, set your lineup. Just play for some pride there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Eagles should be doing, and now on to them.
Yeah, on to them. So I mean, 4-7 Patriots, who are pretty banged up, but I mean that's just gonna be that's gonna be a tough game.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, Brady loves playing, this underdog. He doesn't really care, honestly. He's gonna be mad they lost.
Yeah.
He's gonna find guys.
I wish they did. I wish they wouldn't have lost. That's gonna make them even more juiced up.
Yeah, they are gonna be very, very, very ready to play football on Sunday in their house. Just against the team that you see is vulnerable right now. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of. You're
gonna need big games from multiple players.
Yeah, everything's gonna have to go right for you to win by one. Maybe a half a point.
Exactly.
It's crazy. You're gonna have to do everything right to just edge the victory out. There's just not.
They're gonna need
and it's just I don't know, man. Brady's just too good. He's just too good.
They need to channel that run that they had in the Saints game where they scored 36 unanswered points or something like that. We need that.
Yeah.
That'd be the only way we could win. If something like that happens, where we just have 2 quarters where the Eagles look like the Eagles they can with Chip Kelly, where they look absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah, really. This is how much this should tell you about this game is that when I predicted the team in my game by game to go 14-2 in the preseason, this was one of the 2 losses.
Yeah.
So you gotta. I mean, I was wrong in the first one. I think the Jets and the Patriots, they lose to just those 2 teams. When we're doing the game by games, it's too much.
I mean,
fun. It's too much fun.
We're in August.
In our board shorts out in the summer. Yeah, they were playing great. It's tough to pick against your team when they look like they're great, but they really did lose all heart this season. And it's not even hard. I think the effort they're giving the effort. I mean, Jeff Fisher freaked out.
Everyone's gonna question heart when you're losing. Jeff Fisher
he just freaked out about it's easy to say when the team's losing. But no, I think a lot of the guys, they play for the guy and they play for the team, and it's more than just we give up on the coach. You're giving up on yourself and your career if you're not going to compete at your highest level. So I think the effort is there. They're just getting worn out. The defense can't keep doing this all year where they have to bail the offense out. You see Sanchez in there having absolutely no hope. The offensive line can't block. The run game can't get going. I mean, we've been talking about the cons all season. So let's talk about the pros a little bit in this recap video.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people confuse, lack of effort with, playing it safe at the end. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but if you're down 38-7, I don't want a guy running all the way across the field trying to do something crazy when you're down 38-7. It's not worth your career. It's like the Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins kind of thing. Chase Utley played hard all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And couldn't stay out. Jimmy Rollins, he hit a ground ball right to the second baseman. He knew he was out. He would just jog. just jog a little bit, but he'd save himself.
Yeah,
he'd save himself for the moments that matter. So they're probably dogging it a little bit when they're down 38-7, but like, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
why would you? Why would you bust?
It's all relative.
Why would you bust your butt?
Yeah, like all athletes.
Preserve yourself a little bit.
Like when you're getting your butt kicked, like you're not in the fourth quarter, and you know you're about to be taken out because you're a starter. Like starters get benched at those times.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So
for a reason, so they don't get hurt in garbage time.
Exactly. For no. I mean, you win the game in the game, not just in the. I mean, games get close and you got to win them. But I do think this team has the right mindset. A lot of some of the veterans. Like, let's talk about a little bit how the veterans. There's these anonymous reports saying that a lot of the guys have given up on Chip Kelly. Well, when you're a veteran like a Jason Peters and a Darren Sproles, like they know they have like a year or two left in them, if that. I don't think so, but they might have a year or two left in them to play in the NFL, and they want to compete for a championship. And when a new coach comes in, he changes a bunch of things, and you're not having success, those veteran players are like, well, what the heck is this? I don't want to be part of your rebuild, your master scheme. Like, you might have a long career, but I don't.
Yeah.
So they start voicing their opinions, their displeasure to their agent. It's not like a reflection on the coach all the time, though. It's how they act because they know their careers. It's not for long in the NFL. Yeah, they need to compete, and I'm okay with that. I sadly, I know it's going to be hard to replace, but Jason Peters needs to go next year.
Yeah.
$10 million on the books. I mean, you can't pay $10 million for a guy that's getting up off the ground limping every single game. And I don't question his toughness. He's just getting old.
Yeah.
And that was inevitable. That was happening. Evan Mathis and Todd Herman's played 9 and 8 games last year.
Yeah.
They combined for a full season in 2 players. So, like...
They all got old at one time.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Phillies, if you want to talk about like Phillies references.
Yeah, they all got old at one time, quick.
They came together in 2013 and had a miraculous season under a brand new coach where they all were fired up and ready to go. But the team started the next year, they declined on their own. Like, Deshaun Jackson was gone, but they still had that big-time receiver, and the whole team was just declining. The line was beat up all year. Shady wasn't the same. He was losing yards. He looked slower, people were saying. I mean, I'm not saying that getting rid of Shady was like a main thing that I think did anything really. I think this line can't block for any running back. It doesn't matter. And last year it really couldn't block for him, and it probably wouldn't have been able to block for DeMarco Murray either. Somehow we did churn out one of the top running units toward the end of the year because Mathis did come back, and I would have liked keeping him for this year, but at the end of the year he probably would have been gone anyway.
Yeah.
And this team's Evan Mathis is not making this team what people want to see. So him being a distraction in the offseason just sped up the moving on process from him.
Yeah.
And the problem is people say, okay, well, Chip Kelly, these are his players. He's the one that got rid of them and didn't replace them. But you forget that we have a whole defense that needed a whole refacing in the secondary. Walter Thurman's new. Nolan Carroll's a new starter. Byron Maxwell's a new addition, obviously.
Yeah.
We have Malcolm Jenkins on a cheap deal. We have Fletcher Cox on an expiring deal. We need to get those guys a lot of money, and paying the same guys that, we're fan favorites here for a reason. All this, the back ends of their contracts they signed in 2012 when Reed was here trying to save his job, signing these huge deals. They're getting to the back end of those contracts. They're high-paid contracts. So they got to go, new faces on defense, and then next you got to fix the offense because that's what you did. It was like this. That's how the team was built. You had to do one thing to get the other thing, but then you had to sacrifice the offense. So now you have to go back, and we have good cap room. We're going to have a good draft pick if we just stink.
Keep tanking.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to get rid of Chip Kelly as a fan, fine, but any coach would have had to deal with this.
Yeah, we have to rebuild.
You don't go from 4-12 to a playoff and Super Bowl contender without any type of sacrifice. We weren't going to go there with Sanchez and Foles and Deshaun Jackson and Macklin. I mean, we probably would look a little better on offense, obviously, having those players. But what we did was we allowed ourselves not to handcuff ourselves to those guys, move on, get younger guys, and now we can get better, you know what I mean? So it's just...
Roommate's talking about Brock Osweiler.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that the new quarterback of the house?
That's the house quarterback right now. Yeah.
I just went on a crazy rant, but that's really how this team was like. It was like a triangle thing.
Yeah, like a pizza, but not like a good.
Not a good piece of pizza.
Anchovies.
An old anchovies pizza.
Like sofa.
Yeah.
So anchovy sofa pizza.
So I think that's really what we needed to do, and if the next coach has the excuse from the media that he's like, oh, well, Chip ruined this team, so he has a fair rebuild, then fine. Honestly, if that's what it takes, then fine. But that's how the media is going to paint it, and if people want to get behind that, but if the media just would be realistic like I just was, maybe he didn't make all the right moves, but you got to give him more time, and he started this thing. So.
Yeah, no, I think he's going in the right direction.
I like Chip
either way. I like him too. He needs one more year. I think he needs one more year, regardless of your opinion. If he sucks next year, maybe. Yeah, maybe then I'm like, we're rebranding our show. But I think he needs to get one more year because clearly he had a vision and he's trying to go for something.
And it was a multi-year thing. It's honestly it was always going to take more than 1 year to build a whole defense and have money to sign all the young guys and then build a whole offense back up from having old guys. And I mean, if you wanted the other guys, I understand it's frustrating right now, but. Chip, he only set this team up to rebuild, and that's what they needed. And he was the one that had the guts to get rid of these guys. They're not doing they're not going to bring in a Super Bowl, and you're going to have them for another 2 years at most. Yeah. And just the defense can't watch Bradley Fletcher any longer. I couldn't do it. Yeah. So it's time to try to find a QB. That's going to be the hardest part. Replace some guys on the O line. Look, but again, we're a game out of the division, and I don't know, maybe some magic.
Anything could happen.
Just want to see how they do the rest of the season, but if it does come down to the off season, I just don't think him leaving is going to benefit us. Yeah. It's going to get a new coach in here, and he's going to have the same problems to deal with. So, he might do a good job of that, but maybe Chip will do a good job of it. I mean, you can decide on who you think, a random new coach or the guy that started this thing. I mean, I don't know. I just want to see one guy's vision and.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And my camera just died over there, so we're going to wrap it up. I think this man said it also. Real Chip
Literally
TV.
Said it all.
Real Chip TV killed the battery. See you guys next time.